Well, I think, he's brought sort of street art into the mainstream, and now it's sort of time to kind of develop that genre into sort of something else.
And he's not the only artist there. He commissioned about 55, 58 other artists.
That's
you have
right.
things like a mangled Cinderella, migrant ships on pools.
That's right.
The overturned pumpkin carriage of Cinderella. I mean, this is not for children.
No, that's right. It's sort of, yeah, exactly. It's pop art but for adults, pop urban art for adults.
And to make you think of very contemporary themes, migrants, paparazzi,
Absolutely.
that kind of thing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Let's talk about Banksy a little bit, because your gallery sells Banksy prints,
That's right, and original sometimes.
And original sometimes.
Yeah.
And what you're showing, and I didn't know that this, in fact, that even when you buy a print, let's see if we can show this to our viewers, you get a certificate of authenticity.
That's right.
This is to prove that this is an authentic Banksy print, right?
That's right.
And
So,
this piece of paper was ripped so that the second half is where?
Second half is with pest control, who authenticate his prints. Now, anyone who steals a Banksy print would find it very difficult to sell it because it wouldn't have the appropriate paperwork. And for example, if this got stolen from our gallery, then we would report it to pest control, and then they would put sort of a black mark. So this one is number 278 of 750. And so if this had been lost or stolen, then we would report this as lost or stolen.
Now, but the primary mission of Banksy is street art.
That's right.
I mean, he's been to Gaza. I mean, he's done things loaded with political meaning as well. Those are never for sale by him.
Those are, some people have sort of obtained street pieces, whether they've legally obtained them or illegally obtained them, that's a fine line. That's a question to be sort of still.
He's not involved in the sale of
No, he's not involved.
It's whoever finds and maybe claims ownership of that property.
Precisely.
Right.
But he will never issue a certificate for one of the street pieces because, the idea of street art is that it's for everyone to look at and share and enjoy. So that's why pest control will never authenticate a street piece.
Who is Banksy? I mean, this is just the most elusive character in the art world, or frankly, in any sort of industry or line of work.
Of course, of course. I mean, his anonymity started because, of course, he was creating street pieces. He was spraying graffiti, so that, certain councils wanted to maybe arrest him. There were warrants of arrest out for him. So he decided to go underground. And once he did that, sort of the mystique around him developed, and that sort of created, sort of a value and a mystery around him. And so people love that.
Is it one person? Some people are saying it might be several people.
Well, we're pretty sure it's one person, but, who knows?
Let me talk about this here, because you brought some interesting... And he's inspired other artists. I mean,
Absolutely.
That's kind of part of his legacy as well.
Absolutely. I think if it wasn't for Banksy, possibly we as a gallery would not be sort of existing either, because Banksy certainly gave rise to street art and brought the street art into sort of mainstream. Auction houses who we work with, like Paddle 8, they are also sort of now,
Talk to me about this here.
Sure. So these are Clet Abraham. Clet Abraham is coming to Graphic Gallery in October, and so artists like this also in a sense, owe Banksy for sort of giving rise to their work, because Clet Abraham posts these stickers on lampposts and street signs all over the world.
Yeah.